Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here to kick off my collection series. As you can see here, I have a collection of like face base products. So I have primers, foundation, concealer, powder, and a little bit of setting spray over there. So I thought we would go ahead and kick off my collection series. I would run you through the products that I currently have and my thoughts on them. So if you are into collection videos, give this a thumbs up, make sure you're subscribed, and let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, I did zoom you in just a touch, and you'll have to forgive me if the lighting's not perfect. I'm filming in the evening, but let's go ahead and start with primers. That's what I consider my Auric Glow Lust to be. This is technically called a Radiant Luminizer. So this is a multi-purpose product. You can use this to mix it in with foundation to give you more of a glowy type of feel if you have a matte foundation. You can also use this either underneath your makeup as a primer like I like to do, or on top of your foundation base products, and you can use this as a subtle illuminizer or a subtle highlighter. I do have the shade Morganite. I honestly wish I had the smaller size of this. I don't think it's a bad product, but I think that it's a product that I kind of give myself extra steps when I'm using, you know what I mean? My favorite way to wear this is either to put it on the high points of my face underneath my foundation or to mix it in with foundation, but a lot of times it's just an extra step for me. So Auric is the brand by Samantha Ravindal. She's an influencer here in the beauty space, and she came out with her brand Auric. She has several products out now, but there is a smaller size of this, and I honestly would recommend that one. Continuing on with primers, this is a product that I have repurchased. This is my Glow Recipe Watermelon Glow Niacinamide Dewdrops. I'm almost done with this container as well. I want to say that it's like somewhere down here. I will definitely repurchase this. I love it. So this product is basically multi-purpose because you can use it as a niacinamide serum, you can put it on as skincare, or you can use it how I use it as a primer. And so I'll put this all over my face. I do have dry skin. I probably should have started with that, but I do have dry skin, and so I will put this all over my face after I have already done my skincare and my SPF, and then I will let this soak into the skin, and I feel that it just brightens my skin, gives me some glow and luminosity, and it's like a big, tall drink of water, which is just what my skin needs. Another product similar to that one is this one by Glossier. This is fairly new to me. These are called the Future Dew Oil Serum Hybrid. This is another one where I feel like it can kind of be used as skincare or as a primer. And to be honest, I don't use this a ton. I was worried that this would kind of be the same product as my Glow Recipe Dewdrops. But this one, honestly, so it's called an oil serum hybrid, and I would say it's definitely very oily. I tend to use this after I've done my nighttime routine. I've moisturized my face. I'll take a pump of this and put it on top. This definitely gives you this glass skin effect. It's going to give you very extreme glow. You are going to look very glassy. I don't know that you would love this if you're not a fan of the oil texture, maybe if you have oily skin, because it definitely has an oil texture to it. I honestly reach for my Glow Recipe more than this, but once my Glow Recipe is done, I feel like I'll get some more use out of this, and I'll kind of use it as a primer, but for now it's more of like a night serum for me. Then I have two smoothing primers. My favorite is this one here from Tatcha. I have repurchased it time and time again. This is the Liquid Silk Canvas. I've used the solid, I've used the liquid. I tend to repurchase the liquid over and over. After I go in with my niacinamide dewdrops, I put a pump of this on my fingertips, and I'll just put it where I have like larger pores, on my cheeks, on my forehead lines, and it just kind of smooths out the skin. The liquid, I feel, is also pretty hydrating, not hydrating enough that I would use it on its own, but fairly hydrating. It works well for me, and it's a product that I will continue to repurchase. And then I did recently pick up the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. I have not tried any of the putty primers, but when they came out with this one, I kind of feel like it's supposed to be a dupe for the Tatcha, so I did pick this one up. I like it well enough. I'll use it, you know, when my Tatcha's gone, I will definitely use this, but if I were to pick between the two, I would pick the Tatcha over the e.l.f. let's go ahead and jump into foundations. This one is in my project pan. It's by Tatcha. This one is in the shade Light 1, and it's very bright and shiny. As you can see here, you can see my bright green shirt. I'm going to try not to blind you. So this right here has a little flap. I have used a ton of this stuff. I'm currently trying to use it up. I want to be able to use a foundation in 2023. So I'm trying to use it up. It does come with a powder. I don't use the powder at all, but I really do enjoy this foundation. I will say, if you're not a fan of like cream foundations, you probably would not like this product. It is one that I don't find sets down on my skin. I do definitely have to set it with powder. It will kind of transfer on the face. If I'm going to hug my husband, I've gotten makeup on him before. I like the way that it feels. It's more of a light coverage, I would say, but it feels nice on the skin, and it looks like my skin, but better. I would be willing to purchase this in the future. I don't know that I'm gonna run out and repurchase it right away, but I could see myself purchasing this in the future. My holy grail that I have repurchased is this one right here. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. You'll have to forgive me if it's not always in frame. I'm trying to find like the sweet spot here, but my autofocus is really loud. My camera's pretty old. So this is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I have the shade 4. I used 4.25 in the past, but 4 is definitely my perfect shade. This is holy grail to me, okay? I absolutely love this foundation. If I had to get rid of all of my foundations and only keep one, this is the one that I would keep. I would say this has more coverage than the Tatcha. I would consider it probably a medium coverage. It does look very natural on the skin. It does give me like a luminous finish. It feels hydrating. It doesn't settle or get cakey, and this one sets down nicer. So definitely recommend that one. If you're looking for one in a similar family, a similar feel to the Giorgio Armani, but you want a little bit more coverage, I really do like this Nars foundation. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation. I'm in the shade L for DeVille. I really like this one. You will get a little bit more coverage than the Giorgio Armani. This one, it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't feel heavy, but it's heavier than the Armani. I can kind of feel this on my skin, but it's light reflecting. So the way that the light hits your skin and then bounces off, you're not going to feel oily or greasy, but you are going to have a nice luminosity to your skin. Again, more of a medium buildable coverage. Really love that one. This one is not a favorite for me, but I don't feel like it's bad. If you do like a little bit more coverage, you may enjoy it. This is the Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. I have the shade 5. I honestly don't reach for this one often. It does have a little bit more of like a medium to full coverage. I wouldn't say full, but medium to full coverage. I can feel it on my skin a little bit more. I don't think 5 is the perfect shade for me. It's good. It works well enough, but for whatever reason, I just don't find myself reaching for it. I don't think it's bad. It is going to give you a little bit more of not a matte finish, but more mattified than the Nars, than the Tatcha, than the Giorgio Armani, which are more luminous. This is going to give you more of a satin finish. Then I have one that is the lightest coverage out of the bunch. This one is from Hourglass as well, and it is the Veil Hydrating Skin Tint. I went back and forth on if I wanted to get this one. It is in the shade 5 also. This one's super light coverage, y'all. It's a skin tint, okay? I don't know what made me drawn to want to try this, but I was drawn to want to try it. And honestly, since trying it in the beginning, I have not found that I've reached for it very much since. I just prefer more of a light to medium coverage. I don't really want no makeup. This would be great for no makeup. If I'm gonna wear makeup, I want to look like I'm wearing makeup. You know what I mean? So I don't reach for this one often, but I don't think it's bad. It is just very light coverage. One of the heavier coverage foundations that I have is this one from Colourpop. It's the Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation. I received this one in PR when I went to the Creators and Friends trip in Charleston, and I got the shade Light 45W. This is a great shade match for me, but this is a heavy foundation. Not super heavy, but heavier compared to my preference and compared to the other foundations in my collection. This one just it sits a little heavier on the skin. I kind of have to make myself use this one. I haven't used it lately. I don't hate it, but I wouldn't call it hydrating. I don't know that I would wear this on my driest of days. Perhaps in the summer I would reach for it more. It's good if you want some coverage, but not a favorite of mine. I also wasn't in love with this one. This is the Kokie Cosmetics HD Skin Perfect Foundation. I filmed a video where I was trying my friend's favorite makeup products, and Kelly Gooch really raved about this foundation. I know she also likes the Colourpop Pretty Fresh, so I think her and I, although I think she has drier skin if I'm not mistaken, but I think we might have different preferences in foundation. I got the shade 20W. The shade match was great for me. Kelly and I are a similar shade. She helped me pick this shade out. I don't love it. I don't hate it. It definitely is going to give you like an HD finish. It's going to be a little bit more of a medium to full coverage. It's going to give you that blurring effect, that setting effect. It's not very dewy or luminous. It is going to set down and make you look airbrushed. It just sits a little heavier on me. Another more full coverage foundation. This one was sent to me from my friend Molly, Makeup Molly. She had several of these, offered to send me some. I have the shade Alexandria. It's the Juvia's Place I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. This one I would say is full coverage. I typically will mix this one with my Auric Glow-Less to try and thin it out a little bit. It is a good shade match for me, but again, I just don't really reach for full coverage, and I feel like this is a little bit more of the fuller coverage side. Now, when we are talking about concealers, I have this color corrector here from Sigma. This is the Sigma Color Correcting Duo. I have the shade Light. You can see I have pan in both of these, major pan in this one, pan in this one as well. I love to use this underneath my foundation. I just take my finger. I do have dark circles, y'all. I am 36. I'm a teacher. I'm a mom. I'm busy. I'm tired, okay? So I use this on my dark circles underneath my foundation, and then I will follow it up with my two concealers. These are the only two concealers that I have in my collection right now, and I use them at the same time because you can see the color difference is very stark here. So this is the Pat McGrath foundation. This is the Pat McGrath concealer. I picked up L5, but I should have gotten L4. I used L4 before, and I could use that one on its own. This one you can see is very dirty and very well loved. This is 115 Light Nude in the Milani. This one is a bit too light for me, so while I like the coverage of both of them, I mix them together because the Pat McGrath is a little bit deeper and the Milani is a little bit too light. They make the perfect shade match, but the reason why I like these is because I do have eczema underneath my eyes, and I do have fine lines and crinkles and wrinkles, and these don't settle into that. It's comfortable to wear. It doesn't settle into my crinkles, my wrinkles, all of that stuff, and I just overall enjoy the feel of it and the look of it. It's hydrating and it's dewy, but I can set it down with a powder. So really enjoy those. I'm going to go ahead and switch sides here. I do have a powder. This is the MAC powder. It is Light Plus in the mineralized skin finish. This is great if you want to set all over your face. Again, when I filmed that video asking my girlfriends their favorite makeup products, Amanda Makeup Just for Fun is the gal who I reached out to for powder because she has dry skin. She recommended this one. I think it is great when I am looking to set my face, which is not often that I'm looking to set all over my face, but this is great for that. However, I prefer loose powder underneath my eyes, and the two loose powders that I have in my collection right now is this one from Sigma. This is called the Soft Focus Setting Powder in Vanilla Bean. And my friend Angie sent this to me. This actually released around the time that I was having my son Quentin. And so Angie was kind enough to throw this in a basket for me. She had it sent over, and I really like this one. It's great for underneath the eyes because it does have like a soft focus, like a filter finish, but it's not thick and it's not heavy and it's not cakey on my dry under eyes. The other one that I have was a gift from Smags. This is the Givenchy. It's the Prism Libre in the shade 3. So it's multicolor, but it's more of that like pink kind of look. I like this one. I do like it underneath my eyes. I like the way that it looks, but it feels a little bit heavier than the Sigma. The Sigma feels a little bit lighter. This one feels a little bit heavier, but this one is going to give you a soft focus finish. It will brighten a little bit with that pink, and it's also going to give you a filtered effect. Now, My absolute favorite powder that I finished this year and I no longer have in my collection is actually from Hourglass. It's the Hourglass Veil, the translucent powder. I really, really like that one because it is super light, but sets my under eye concealer, which is all that I set. But these powders work great as well. And last but not least is setting spray. And y'all, Fix Plus is still the only setting spray that I love. I've gone through so many of these. I will use it to spray my face before makeup, after makeup, throughout the day, whenever I just feel I need a boost of hydration. Honestly, I don't know that this is going to lock in your makeup, okay? If you have oily skin, if you're looking for 12-hour wear, if you have a special event, I don't know that this is going to lock it in, but if you're like me and you have dry skin and you're trying to kind of make your makeup melt into your skin and look flawless, this is great for that. Okay, friends, but that is going to do it for my collection of face base products. I have worked really hard to curate this collection. I really want makeup in my collection that I'm loving, that I'm using, that I'm actually able to use up. I find that a lot of times when this kind of gets out of hand, that I'm not actually using up my products. That's why I'm really excited to try and finish this Patrick Ta. I can't tell you the last time I finished a foundation, and I really want to be finishing my makeup products. So this is what I currently have in my collection. I'm excited to maybe use some things up, weed them out, and add some new things to my collection. But if you enjoy videos like this, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to be doing all of my powder face products, bronzer, highlighter, blush. We're going to go over eyeshadow palettes, lip products, tools, the works. So definitely stay tuned. If you are into collection videos, make sure you are subscribed before you go. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this one, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.